How are you? It is so nice to see you. Sorry, just trying to get ready. I had to put my hair up because my hair is still like really wet. So I just had to put it up. So how are you doing? How is everyone doing? How are you? Okay, the theme of this, or the topic, hang on, sorry. The topic of this video today is when the narcissist gives you lemons, what do? You make lemonade. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, we're starting early in the morning, and yeah, I can't carry a tune. So you guys carry it for me. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know, humming is really helpful for your soul. Wearing my hair up puts pounds on me. I look like I've just like gained weight. Ooh. Anyways, I haven't, but it's okay. It's okay. My daughter says that I look like a teacher and I look like a stern teacher with my hair put up, and sometimes I wear it slicked back. So you know that ballet dancer look? Well, yeah, my daughter, when I used to homeschool, I used to look like that, and she's just like scared of me. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. So it's Saturday. You know, time for just chilling in your PJs, and you know, it's snowy outside. I have to shovel snow later, so it's just one of those days. How are ya? I am a teacher. That's my calling. How you doing? All of us are teachers and students. Isn't that awesome how that goes? Let me turn on the backlight here for a sec. Turn that one on. Turn this one off. Now we're cooking with you. Now we're cooking with better lighting. Now you guys can see. Good vibes only. So how you doing, Joe? Just to clarify, this channel, as far as I know, I haven't received any notice. It is still a go. We are staying here on Positively Spiritual. We are staying here on this channel for as long as we can. I mean, I've been given no notice that this is a hate video site, that this is a hate video channel. We don't spread the hate here. We expose the hate to expose the love. Where's the love, dear narcissist? Where's the love? Come on. They're the hate mongers. But I have stayed back in the second grade. Hope I pass this time. Hey, me too. I got put back in the second grade. So just because I came into my foster home, they wanted me to, I should have been in like grade 2 when they put me back into grade 1. So I had to repeat grade 1, and they wanted to hold me back in grade 2 too also, but my foster mom said no. So it was just because I came at the middle of the year. I came into their home and settled down, and you know, and it was all shits and giggles after that. No, it wasn't. But you know, I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about I have a major hurdle that I've been working all my life to get over. And it's money problems. I will admit it's money problems, but it goes right back to my foster mother and how I wasn't treated fairly in her home. And so I'm not liking this. Hi, Wendy, how you doing? And so, I was thinking about that today, and hi Paris, how you doing? Nice to see you. And thinking about my hang up and my hiccup. You know, God, sorry guys, my hair is wet, obviously, and I just thought maybe I could put it up, but it's just bugging me put up. It just looks goofy. So I don't know if it looks any better, but I'm not here for, you know, styles. I'm here for, yeah, I don't stutter. I'm here to teach, lead, and guide. There, that's kind of better. See, now you guys, you know my fashionista, that's all I do with my hair is basically put it up like that and let it do what it wants. That's it. Okay, anyway, so I was telling you guys about, my childhood upbringing where my foster mother would favor her kids and buy them things, buy them, new clothes for school, and I got hand-me-downs that were like 3 or 4 sizes too big. So that left a huge imprinting on me that I feel my limiting belief is I don't deserve because I wasn't loved. So if I wasn't loved, I'm not deserving. And so part of my walk is that I need to know God loves me. I need to know it. Like I can't just take his word for it because that's what I had all my life, Of course we want you in this family, but then they treat me like the Cinderella, and it did some damage. So I'm working that out. So this morning I was thinking about that. And my mind just went, what if, Shannon, what if all of us go through all this trauma as we forget where we come from because this is part of the game? If you knew where you came from, then there would be nothing to overcome. So I went into my memory of standing before my foster mother, and she's like, sorry, Shannon, we'll get you next time. We ran out of money today, so, your sister's got the school closed, but we'll get you next time. Isn't that what a narcissist always says? We'll get you next time. We'll get it next time. It's okay. Hi, Sakina. Nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. So I went back into a memory of the exact memory of standing at the kitchen table while my foster mom is sitting at the chair watching her daughters, come and, try on what they got, the new clothes, and showcase them, model them for their mother. And I had to watch. Freaking torture. So as I'm standing there in my memory, I hear God whisper, it's okay, Shannon, your treasures on this earth are coming. For every evil that has been committed against you, I've stored up treasures. And so my thoughts were, what if God told me that? What if that memory, what if God was standing there with all of us in that moment and he said, Shannon, it's okay, you've got treasures, it's okay. Then I would not harbor animosity towards my foster mother. I would not feel guilt and resentment. See, we don't remember where we come from. We don't remember that we're heaven's citizens. We don't remember any of this. And we don't remember that, God took the price for our sins, and we don't remember that, oh, you don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel animosity. You don't have to feel resentment. This woman isn't even your parent. Your parents aren't even your parents. God is your parent, but you don't remember that. So we harbor animosity. We harbor jealousy and greed and resentment and doubt and unworthiness and all of this because you can't know what you can't see. And you can't see what you don't know. So these negative things are to help us to address what is inside of us that God needs to deal with. And God cannot deal with something that you're innocent of. If you've never shown anger, if you have never shown regret, if you have never shown unworthiness or jealousy or hate or greed, then God cannot deal with it. So God cannot come to you in his glory to show himself to you. The only way God shows himself to you is when you are a sinner, because God comes to those who sin. God comes to the sinners. So I wanted the hand-me-downs, but I always got new. My siblings didn't like that. They saw it like I was special. I didn't want to be treated differently. Wow, really, Joe? I've never heard that before. Ooh, that's interesting. And were you the oldest child? Yeah. So I'm coming into this video happy. Ooh, I can't carry a tune like that, but don't worry, be happy. So when a life gives you trouble, something you worry and make it double, don't worry, be happy. So I know if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Did you know that clapping is actually, it is a way to, it sends out energy waves out into your atmosphere. And it's endowed with joy. So you want joy in your life, clap. Clap. And send the joy out there. It's a pressure wave, and it sends out joy out there, and what you reap, you sow, right? What you sow, you reap. So, yeah, so it's a fact. It's science. Just like humming, you feel depressed, you feel sad, hum. Awesome, Joe. Thank you. You guys give me joy too. So you can hum any tune. You can hum a note. Or Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Yeah. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Yeah, no. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. I don't know why I started singing that song. It's just something that I knew how to hum. So, but yeah, I thought it was just so inspiring that I'm in this vision, just in this thought, just going back, taking my mind to the thoughts of the past and just thinking about, okay, standing before my foster mother, feeling sad, trying to hold back tears, trying to not show her that she is hurting me in any freaking way. And I'm 8, 9 years old, and I'm standing there in front of her, and she just, sorry, Shannon. There's no money. We'll get you next time. And I was just like, I had no choice but to accept it. Oh, frick. Oh, okay. Hi, resistor. Here's something. Here's healing psychology 101. Oh my gosh, thank you, God. So this just came to me. Thank you, Lord. The reason why we harbor all this trauma, harbor all this pain, is because we learned to accept it in our youth or whenever trauma hit. And we learned to accept it without dealing with those feelings. Acceptance is, okay, I'm not allowed to feel this. I guess I just got to accept this. Okay, put it out of my mind. So you carry those feelings with you, and then when you're adult and the narcissist isn't around to hurt you anymore, that's when those feelings come out to say, hi, deal with me. That's right. You cannot do 101 anymore. No, but we cannot run anymore. And that's why we're harboring these feelings, because our soul is saying, yes, you got to accept it, but you're accepting it from the wrong perspective. I was accepting my trauma, accepting, sorry, Shannon, I ran out of money. I have no more money. Your sister's got the new clothes, but you didn't. We'll catch you next time. I accepted that. But how I accepted that was to internalize it and accept that I was a bad person and I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve school clothes. I didn't deserve new clothes. I was being trained and I taught myself to accept the bad, but I accepted the bad while internalizing it and accepting that, well, I gave myself a reason. I gave myself a reason to accept all this stuff. Well, I can accept that there's no money because my foster mother spent all her money on her kids. Rightly so. They are her kids. I'm not her child. So she doesn't have a right to love me. She doesn't have to love me. And obviously she doesn't love me. So it shows. So I guess I'm unlovable. I'm just going to have to accept that. Oh, thank you, Lord. Yeah, all those times that I was blamed for things that I didn't do, you know, how we're the scapegoat. We just accept it and we internalize it. Oh yeah, she was jealous. We internalize it, but we need, human nature says we need a reason to do things. So our reason for internalizing things is for us to take the blame, because we don't know the reason why, you know, somebody does what they do to us. We don't know why somebody traumatizes us. You know, I remember when I was raging and I hit my daughter. And I was raging. I was trying to control her, and I lost it. And boop. And my mother did it to me, so I thought it was okay. That I'm not justifying it. My daughter, at 5 years old, looked at me blankly, like, you know, with determination, but I mean blankly in the way of, like, she didn't understand. And so she looked at me and asked me, why did you do that? There was no tears, no anger, no animosity, no shame, nothing. She's just, why did you do that? And it snapped me out of whatever I was feeling. And I was just like, I don't know. And then this guilt and shame just overwhelmed me, and I grabbed her like so lovingly, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. And that is what made me turn to God to work out my anger issues. Because I was traumatized. I knew I was traumatized, but I didn't know that my trauma was affecting my life, my motherhood, my relationship with my kids. And I didn't realize that I was trying to break the innocence of my kids like people in my childhood tried to do to me. And that's why trauma hits people. Trauma tries to break us. Trauma tries to break us free from the love that's in us. And thank God for my youngest daughter, well, all my kids actually, but my youngest daughter who asked me that. Why did you do that? Kids are angels sent from heaven. They are, because they help us, save us from ourselves. So thank God for little children. And now it's our job to help save them from the tyranny of this world, right? Not just from our own trauma, but the freaking narcissists. And yeah, YouTube, if you want to say that as hate speech or whatever you want to determine it, fine. I don't harbor hate in my heart. It's the narcissist that does. And the narcissist tries to get us to hate ourselves. Because when we hate ourselves, we hate the world, because we can't identify ourselves in other people. That's what empathy does. Empathy helps us to identify ourselves in other people. So good talks. Wow. Good talks already. Thank you, Jesus. So, yeah. So if you have a memory that is, giving you problems and giving you, just taking you back to those feelings of nostalgia where you harbor, just a little bit of, maybe you think you deserved it. Maybe you think, oh, I'm unlovable, that's why, and I'm unworthy, that's why trauma happened. No, trauma happened because you are special. Trauma doesn't happen to everybody. And yes, trauma does happen to the narcissist, but they don't learn from it. They're the broken ones. The narcissists are the people who have been broke, meaning that their free will to love God is gone. Their free will to identify with other people so that we can reason responsibly with other people and ourselves. It's gone. Pizza's shit. I like that. Yeah, resistor, that's right. That's right, that's the narc. And Joe says, I don't feel special. I never have. Exactly. Because you were never made to feel special. And so when we turn to the cross of Christ, we accept it. But do we feel special because of it? No. Should we feel special? Yeah. Yeah. This free gift of grace has been offered to everybody so that nobody is left out. But not everybody's going to take it. It's like if you make a chocolate cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd bake a cake. How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do? Okay, sorry. I'm singing actually helps you to feel the joy in your heart. Let your soul sing. So I'm sorry. I don't claim to be the best singer in the world, and I'm just, I'm not even trying. I'm just fooling around. But if you get into the habit of singing, then you learn to not take life and trauma so seriously. Yes, trauma is serious, but so is holding on to joy of the Lord. That is serious as well. Being happy in life is serious as well. And you feel special. I can see them. Yeah, resistor. Yeah, you can see the narcissist. Yeah. So we've been desensitized to what feeling special feels like. And then the world says, don't feel special. You're selfish if you do. You're arrogant if you do. Well, we know that that's narcissistic speak. And so the narcissist, of course, they're going to say that because they want us not to feel special so that they can hoard all this specialness for themselves. It's like they're hoarding the pearl, but they don't know what to do with the pearl. We do. So allow yourself to feel special. because today, as I was laying in my bed reflecting on this memory and standing there as like an 8 or 9-year-old little girl, having my foster mom say, "Sorry, Shannon, not this paycheck. Sorry, we'll get you next time." And then sideline me by going, "Oh, don't you look beautiful? Oh, those pants just fit you so nice. Oh, that shirt is so sweet. Oh, that's so cute." And I'm just ignored. Well, in this thought that I had that reminisced about the past, I wasn't feeling sad. I wasn't feeling, yeah, I noticed, okay, I was rejected. Okay, this woman did not care. I get it. But I also had the thought. I went into that thought knowing what God had just told me. That all of this trauma that we go through, there's a reward on the other side of this trauma. This trauma is hiding us away from our treasures of heaven. This trauma is hiding us away from God's treasure. And so when I was thinking about this, I had a new thought, a new skip in my heart, a little pep as I stood in front of my foster mom, and she's like, "Sorry, Shannon, not this time. Next time." And I was careful not to smile in front of her, but in the back of my mind, somewhere outside of my mind in the far distant future, I saw a treasure chest full of gold, full of rubies, full of gemstones, full of necklaces, full of things that you could trade and for, money and buy things with. And I just ow. So I was being groomed by the enemy, living in the enemy's house. I was being groomed not to appreciate money, because I associate money with greediness. I associate money with narcissism, with a lack of love, lack of caring. So by me not attaining any sort of wealth here on earth, I'm basically telling myself I'm not worthy to own money or have money or own good, nice things, because if I do, it's going to turn me into, an arrogant son of a bee sting and uncaring person, and that's not who I want to become. But we're learning on this channel that no, you're not broke. You're not broken. You're worn out. You're burned out. But you still have lots of love in you to give to yourself. And all of this trauma was to hide you away from your wealth, whatever that wealth of abundance is. Love, longevity, and health. Yes, finances. Yes, family. Yes, things. We are allowed to own things in this world. We're not allowed to hoard the things that we own in this world. There's a big difference between owning and having to use it, or to just hoard it and not use it. There's a big difference. Hi, Sonia, nice to see you. And so just understand that, okay, we came into this world ignorant, as we didn't know, and it was our parents' responsibility, and people who took on the responsibility of caring for us, to teach us and train us in the ways that we should go. But we were raised in the enemy's territory to prevent us from coming in and stepping into our divinity in God's glory. Our riches are not something that you can tangibly hold. God says, seek ye first the kingdom in here, and then everything on the outside of you will be granted to you. So what is this? Seek love. Learn to love yourself. You are special because God single-handedly created you. God was there even when I strayed. I never went hungry. Amen, resistor. He is there, right? He is there for us. We never go hungry. You know, even though I've been threatened with eviction, God has never seen to it that I live on those streets. I've gone a few days without food, but not for very long. We're still doing the best that we can. I have lost all my family. I have one person, my daughter. And, you know, the rest I've walked away from my foster family. I walked away from my mother and my dad because they're just toxic. And I will say I tried to walk away from God, not in a literal denial, like saying, God, you're not there for me. No, it was just, I just walked away from him unknowingly, trying to find my way in this world, thinking, okay, I've got enough knowledge now, I can go and make a life for myself in this world. And no, we are nothing without God. We can't do this without God. We cannot survive the world without carrying God with us, because it's God who takes back what is stolen. We don't take back what was stolen from us. It's God that does it. What the enemy has stolen from us, God himself takes back. We can't do it. Hi, Tony. How you doing? My family has tried to throw me out on the street more than once for trying to speak about their money problems. Yeah. Wow, and you're still here. Well done. Thank you, Jesus. See, thank you, Lord, we're all still here. We cannot be broke. No matter the trials, no matter what we face, we're still fighting for another day. We're still surviving. You know how many people, you know how the narcissist put in your position would buckle? They would curse God to his face repeatedly, over and over and over and over. Because they're hurt. They would want to hurt God, and they would probably be so arrogant enough to think that they would pierce God's soul with those toxic words of hate. Excuse me, sorry. I remember the narcissist, they were spewing such venom at me. And it was through text messaging. And I said to them, I said, you know, nothing you say will ever make me hate you. Because I see what you're doing. You're trying to spit out these words, and like the stuff that they were saying was so toxic and vile. Like, I wasn't just villainized. I was being stoned to death by their words. That was their intention. To judge me and stone me to death with their words. And I just said, you know what? There's nothing that you can say or do that will make me hate you. Because I see what you're doing. And I'm not going to hate you. I'm not, in my mind, I was like, I'm not giving them what they want. I'm not going to be resorted to shame. I'm not going to hate myself any more than I already do. You know, because at that time, God was showing me how I was doing things in life, especially going to the narcissist. I thought I was turning to God, and yes, part of my soul was reaching out to the narcissist in order to find and make peace with my parents who abandoned me. But also, there was parts of me, my ego, going and chasing after narcissists in order to validate that I was unworthy. My parents were right. My parents were right to disown me and abandon me and reject me. And my foster parents, my foster mother was right to hate me because, we're sadists to ourselves. We don't like to be punished, but yet here we are, taking the punishment of the narcissist. It's like if we feel that pain deep enough, maybe then deep down inside of us, we will feel so rejected that we won't even cease to exist. Maybe that's what the ego wants. But that's not what I want. I've never been suicidal, and I've never knowingly been spiritually suicidal. But I know the narcissist is. And those feelings that we feel are not ours. But because in our youth we identify with the things that we use and see, like our parents, when we're toddlers, our parents are an extension of ourselves. Our little blankets, our little security blankets, our little toys that we play with. Why do you think it hurts so much when you see a child take another toy from another child, and that child that has that toy taken away is ruined? Have you have you ever seen, hang on a sec. Have you ever seen a little child when another one comes along and takes away that toy? That child is like they've had their world ripped from them. I'm just envisioning it now, and it's just breaking my heart. And we make our children cry like that. And our parents make us cry like that. But all of this pain, all of this trauma, all of this torment is to get us to see how deep and wide unconditional love really is. Oh my gosh. As deep as your pain is, that's as deep as God's love for you is. If you think nothing is ever going to take away this pain that I feel, nothing is going to, stop the pain from hurting, nothing. Well, there's nothing that you can do, because literally there is nothing in this world that will stop the pain. It's Jesus that stops the pain, and he's already done it on the cross. You just have to accept it. See, when we're traumatized, we learn to accept the pain. And we need to, in order to accept the pain, we need to find a way to justify the pain. And so we internalize the pain to just, okay, it happened, I accept it, okay, fine, whatever. But deep down, accepting the pain and taking it inside of us means that it has to become a part of us. And if it becomes a part of us, then we have to give it reason. Well, if it's a part of us, then therefore it must mean that I am. Because we're still doing what we've done in our youth. Taking things on the outside of us to identify with in order to bring validation and our identity to the surface, to our awareness. So in our youth, somebody took that toy away from us, and we felt that. And our parents said, no, Tommy, give that toy back to the little boy or little girl. Give it back. But when somebody takes emotion away from us, it's the same thing as taking away a little toy. when someone refuses our right to love them, when someone refuses to accept the love that we have in us to give. Mommy and Daddy, I want to uppy, I want to hug you. No, stay down. No, if I pick you up, you're gonna wrinkle my dress. We're on our way for Sunday Sunday school, or parents give the most stupidest excuses. All a child wants to do is show love and express love. All my emotional pain was from the narcissist resistor. Exactly. And God is so jealous that he will allow the narcissist in our lives to show us, are you still so dull? Are you still so dull trying to find love in this world and from other people? Nobody can love you the way that I can. And he's not being narcissistic about it. He's being truthful. Hi, Des. How you doing? I'm behind on the video reading the comments. Parents will triangulate the children by favoring one over the other to cause division. Absolutely they do. That's horrific. That's horrific. Oh, the gist of this video, Des, is to help us see that this trauma that we've endured, it has reason. And it's to show us the goodness of what's waiting on the other side of all that pain. As I was reviewing a memory this morning, God basically showed me, it doesn't matter that that person put pain on you because you have treasures in heaven. But had I known that, see, that's the thing. That's what I want to share. Had we known that God was with us, had we known that we were taken care of during this trauma, for example, if you were faced with some sort of trauma, say okay, your dad was going to give you the belt, and that if you've ever had the belt across your bare bottom, it freaking hurts. It stings. And some of our parents did it because it was the way to discipline us, but other parents did it to punish us in the way of causing trauma out of fear. So say we're all faced with that. You're faced with your parent with the belt in their hands, and you hear God. Maybe you're the only one who can see God standing beside you, and you hear his voice saying, it's okay. It's okay. You've got treasures in heaven, they don't. It's okay. There's good things that are coming after this. So if you knew that God was on your side every time you faced trauma, if you knew that God had treasures waiting for you, joyful, gifts of the heart and love, if every time you were traumatized by the lack of love your parents had, well, would it be trauma? If you knew that it's okay, I have the love of my Father in heaven, it's okay, parents, you can do whatever you want to me, it's okay. Because I can just turn to God and God will fulfill me. How would we learn a lesson? How would we learn to know who God is in his unconditional love if we didn't have something to fear in our parents or in the trauma? We need fear in order to see the opposite of fear, which is love. Oh, Tony. Tony says my dad thought he could beat the autism out of me. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Joe says I should keep these feelings to myself. No, you shouldn't. Give them to God. Give them to God. That's what he's here for. You can make a new life for yourself. Joe absolutely does. Yeah. Okay. Joe says, yes, I've been told that I have a chip on my shoulder, when really it is a defense measure to keep my spirit up. I don't see myself as special. Yeah, exactly. You know, my foster mom told me that all the time, because I wouldn't cry in front of her. She'd discipline me and I wouldn't cry. I just had this stoic look, like, and she'd say, you must really hate me. And I came home with a report card in grade 4 with mostly D's. And she's like, you must really hate me. And she's like, you're punishing me, aren't you? For these grades. These grades are punishment for me taking you in. And I was like, no, I didn't care about school. When nobody cares about you, you don't have any care in the world. You've got nothing to try for. When somebody doesn't give you an encouraging word, when somebody doesn't say, I know you can do this, kiddo, when there's nobody that accentuates and helps you to, magnify your talents and your gifts and your knowledge, and you're left on your own, spinning in your own wheels, spinning in life. Just, you're a whirlwind and you don't know which direction to go in, and okay, this feels good, let's go in this direction. Oh, that what didn't go well, okay, let's try this one. So when you don't have somebody to mentor you, as that's what your parents were supposed to do, if you don't have that mentorship and guidance, yeah, you're going to have somebody say, oh, you're punishing me. You got this chip on your shoulder. It's like, I heard so many times from my foster mother when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, get off your frickin' high horse. Get off your high horse. What high horse? What high horse? I didn't think of myself better than anybody, and that's probably what my foster mother thought, because I didn't give a damn about school. I didn't study. I didn't try. I didn't want to be there. I would rather spend time by myself alone in my room than be in a room full of kids who just looked at me weird anyways because I had asthma and I was always frickin' having a coughing attack or wheezing, snot running out of my nose, a tickle in my throat so bad that my eyes were watering, and I sniffled. I was just like I was a frickin' wreck. And my foster mother said, oh yeah, you've got a chip on your shoulder. You're trying to punish me. You hate me, don't you? Get off your high horse. Go to your room. Good. Send me to my room. Then you can frickin' stop talking and I don't have to hear your voice anymore. That's all I wanted, was to be alone, because aloneness was all I ever frickin' knew. And nobody understood that. And I didn't understand that until now, until within the past couple of years. Hi, Diane. I'm only sharing this with you guys to help you revisit your painful memories when you're ready, so that you know that you're not alone. And yeah, it's Tony. Okay, what does Tony say? My dad. Yeah. Yeah, because parents, they truly don't understand. And they don't try to understand. So, yeah, Sonia says, wow, as you said, I was thinking it. I was told to get off my high horse by my kid's dad. Yeah. Diane says, yeah, I stayed in my room after dinner. Who wants to spend time with their parents when their parents don't understand? And, you know, they, you know, have you guys, I remember my foster dad just talking about work at the dinner table. There was no asking us kids, so how was your day? What did you do today? There was none of that. It was my foster mom stayed silent, and she sat across the table from me, and she'd smoke after dinner, and she'd sit there and blow her smoke right in my frickin' face. Not turn her head, you know, so she could blow the smoke away from the table. No, it was directed right at me. While her husband sat on her left side and yammered away about work. Yeah. It was not a healthy dynamic by any means. So, and you were also shamed. You were body shamed too. Yeah. No, Joe, you're not alone. None of you guys are alone. None of you guys are alone. And what God shared with me today is that we all have treasures. The joy of the Lord is our strength. That's our treasure. Jesus is our treasure. Excuse me. If our parents, you know, sometimes we felt momentarily, we felt that joy. We felt happiness. We felt gladness. But the sadness outweighs all of that. Why do you think we reflect on that? Why do we reflect on the pain? This is just coming to me. Thank you, Lord. Why do you think we reflect on the pain so much? Because at least that's authentic. That was real. The joy that we had, that we experienced, you know, riding a bike brings us joy. But we're riding the bike by ourselves and we're taking God with us. Playing on a swinging, you know, back and forth. Yeah, sure, maybe somebody pushed us and gave us that underdog, but the joy came from in here. Any joy that we received from our parents or from our siblings, we experienced from here, from within our hearts. But the hate and the rage that was projected onto us, that was authentic from them. See, joy didn't come from them, but their rage, their hate, their anger, their animosity that they had for themselves, they projected onto us. That was real. And we hang on to that because at least that was authentic. Joy does not come from anybody else but God. And that's why we don't remember the joy. It's very hard for me to remember joyful things that I experienced in my childhood. It was very negative. Everywhere I looked, it was negative. And the fleeting moments of joy that I experienced were shared with other people, but the joy came from within. I realize that now. And the moments of joy that are so fleeting, I know that they came from me because I felt that joy. I felt it. But that pain, it was other people that caused us pain. Other people don't cause us joy. Other people cause us pain because they are the epitome, or they are self-identified with that pain and projected onto us, and that's why we feel it, because that's authentic and that's on them. That's right, Des. You don't remember any kindness, just roughness. Yeah. And that's why we hang on to it, because that's authentic. And if we let go of it, then we fear being empty. Because that trauma, those negative feelings make us feel alive as we've identified with them. So if we can't identify with these pains, these real raw emotions, then what can we identify with? Well, we know that joy comes from the Lord. We have the light within us. And we are allowed to experience joy. We just have to give ourselves permission. And that's what God was saying to me today when I was reflecting on memory. If we knew that joy came from within at the time of our trauma, then we wouldn't be traumatized. Because that's what prevents you from being traumatized. Is God. We have the protection of God with us. But we didn't know that because we weren't taught that. But if you go back in your memory and just alter that memory just a little bit, stand in a perspective where you're, standing on the outside looking at the younger person, the younger version of you who was traumatized, and you're standing back. And now imagine you yourself whispering to that younger version of you, whispering in your ear, it's okay. We got this. It's okay. It's okay. We're joyful. It's okay. God's on our side. It's okay. Your future is bright with wonderful things. So this will pass. It's okay. If we were told that, we would never carry these feelings, so that we could carry them to the cross and allow ourselves to be counted as worthy. To be a sinner, you have to have something to show God, to say, yes, I'm a sinner. Here's my sin. Take me as yours. So that's why trauma happens, because if we were told, it's okay, you're covered already by the blood of Jesus, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, little one, you're covered. You don't have to feel this shame. Your parents are being mean. You don't have to feel and identify with that shame and that guilt and that terror. It's okay. You're covered. You don't accept it. Just let it go. Our parents were supposed to teach us that. It's okay, you fell off your bike, walk it off. Walk off the pain, get back on the bike. It's okay that somebody snubbed you, and made fun of you at school. It's okay. Let's nurture you through this. This person who snubbed you and called you an idiot at school, they don't know how smart you are. I know how smart you are. And your parent is supposed to rattle off all the things and all your accomplishments that they remember that came from you in the childhood home. Oh, honey, I remember this. You may not remember this, but I remember when you were first taking your first steps. And I forgot to section off the stairs. And you were basically climbing those steps before you really knew how to walk. Like, I'm so proud of you. You did that. And there is nobody in our family who ever did that. Like you did that. You are so tenacious. You have this drive in you that if you think you can do something, you can do it. So don't let that person who said you're an idiot at school, don't just take it in stride. That's what was supposed to happen to us, but that didn't happen. We were supposed to find our treasures in love on the home front, but heaven is our home. How is it possible to hoover right after discard? I don't know. It's probably because they have no other supply. And they're not ready to let you go yet. Hey, someone, how you doing? So they do it now, downplay everything you learn and know. Yeah. Stop telling people to forget the past and let go. That's how I got. Oh, really? Okay, well, you know, sweetheart, I don't tell people to forget about the past and let it go without reason. You do this on your own time. Healing is you doing your way. But this is your first time on this channel, is it? I invite you to watch the other videos that I have on this channel, because letting go is not right away. It's you build up slowly to letting go. You have to face your fears. You have to face the trauma. You have to face it in order to allow yourself to let go that pain. It's up to you. You cannot revisit the past in the way of, you cannot walk yourself into the past and find a tangible you and a tangible person who put those traumas on you, and you can't undo what has already been done. You have to face the past in the here and now. Hi, LOL bird. How you doing? Hey, Osmond, how to heal respectfully. Okay. Okay. How do you know you're the scapegoat? Because you're blamed for everything. Nobody takes responsibility in the family and projects all the responsibility onto you. And how do you heal respectfully? You have to face those fears. You have to face those memories. And how you do it is to, if you can, visit a memory of putting you as you are now, looking in on your memory. Instead of, going into first person in that memory, objectify the memory by putting yourself at a distance. Kind of like giving yourself a bird's eye view of the traumatic memory, if you're able. Or you can, there's a saying that oftentimes we, friends can give better advice for you because your friends are standing on the outside of your life looking in. So if you have this imaginary white picket fence of you yourself standing on one side of the picket fence and then your memory on the other side, and you're just observing without having an emotional attachment to your memory, that's how you learn to heal. So hi everyone, it's nice to see you all. Hi. Healing is to go within, absolutely. So, no, someone, it's okay. I know you don't mean any harm. I mean, nobody means, we're not here to do each other harm, and you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to, geek out on these videos. You can do what you want and heal how you want. This is just a suggestion, and if it works for you, if it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, if you don't play, there's no game. That's right, Resistor. So, God bless you too, bird. So, I had a dream last night about him, and it was such a nice dream. I never dreamed about him. Ooh. So, pretty sure you've been discarded. Yeah, it's better that you do allow yourself to cry It shows that, you know, it helps you to remain connected to empathy, connected to love, and connected to yourself. There are healing enzymes in tears. And do not shame yourself for crying, because crying is healing. It's a way to purge. So give yourself the attention that you need. Give yourself the time and space that you need to cry, but don't cry any more than you need to. And yeah, you're going to dream about the narcissist. It's natural, because you have learned, to identify yourself with the narcissist. See, trauma, we've mentioned this before, that in our youth, when we're toddlers and we have a favorite blanket or we have a favorite toy, and you know, our parents see us with this blanket and with this toy all the time. That's why our parents call it a security blanket, because they think that having this blanket or this toy makes us feel secure, when in actuality it's a direct connection to our feelings of joy and happiness inside of us as we learn to identify with these things that bring us joy or bring out this joyful pattern in us. And we identify with our parents too. But see, when our parents give us the scowly face, we then identify with our parents so much that we assume that they're scowly facing because of us. And so we then scowly face and start crying as little toddlers, thinking that we're bad because we caused our parents to be scowly faced. So we're bad. We internalize that. And somewhere in our youth, our feelings were not completely met. And so we went into this big wide world emotionally immature. And so the narcissist seeks out those vulnerabilities in us, and we learn to identify with the narcissist. And so that's why we dream about narcissists, or dream about things that we did with the narcissist that make us happy, because we are using our dreams as that security blanket, or like that favorite toy. We were still identifying somebody on the outside of us to bring us to a self-actualization. But in reality, who we are is already in here. We just have to go inwards and seek for ourselves and seek out a relationship with ourselves to really learn to love ourselves and be alone. See, the world has this idea, no man is an island. It's bad to be alone. Well, there's being alone and there's loneliness. And when you're comfortable in your own skin, when you can laugh at yourself, cry for yourself, nurture yourself, be your own best friend, then nobody can ever hurt you again. Because you know yourself through and through, and you will naturally protect yourself. So those dreams that you have about the narcissist is because you're trying to retain your identity in that relationship. And when you're ready, you'll slowly let go and slowly develop yourself by, I encourage you to just go for a walk by yourself. Go take yourself on a date. Go to a new restaurant by yourself. Take a journal with you and order something new that you've never tried before, that you're curious about, and write about your date time. Write about it. Write about the food. Write about the taste. Write about the environment. Write about the, you know, the nuances in the atmosphere of the room. What kinds of conversations did you have from other people, like have with other people, or what other conversations did you hear from other people? What kind of sights and sounds did you take in? So it starts just by doing something for you that you want to do. Make a bucket list. Make something, you know, write a little bucket list for yourself that you can enjoy within your community. You know, maybe there's things in your community, that stores and shops and little villas, or little, you know, little, I don't know, natural settings that you've never seen before. Write a bucket list and say, okay, this week I'm going to go here. I'm going to go look at this mountain, or I'm going to go visit this seaside, or I'm going to visit this little shop, and just like 10 things on your bucket list that you can accomplish within the month in the little area that you live. And just do them for yourself. You know, make sure that they're safe to do, and, you know, let other people know where you're going. If you're going on a hike by yourself, let other people know, and, you know, be safe about it. But just start spending time with yourself, because that's how you let go of the narcissist. So, okay. Yeah, and, you know, you guys are welcome, and thank you everyone for welcoming the new ones. So welcome to the family, and you know, we're here to support each other. Hello, Gabriel. Nice to see you. Yeah, we have to go outwards to find what's inwards. Exactly. You know, for me personally, I found that looking at the narcissist, I eventually came to the realization that after I discovered the narcissist, what they do and how they act, you know, I started asking God, okay, well, who does this narcissist mirror? Somebody in my life. And God would say, oh, that one mirrors your dad. That one mirrors your mom. Oh, that one, definitely your mom. That one, definitely your dad. So the narcissist helped me discover the mommy and daddy issues that I wasn't seeing. And then I took that and looked inwardly and used the trauma from the narcissist to really see how I was traumatizing myself, as I was giving myself permission to pick up where the narcissist left off. And that helped me realize that I was a narcissist to myself, not to anybody else. But, you know, I had uber amounts of empathy to give to people, but empathy towards myself? Yeah, nah, no way. No. So now I'm learning to let it go, and learning to just, it's every day is a work in progress, and every day is just another another step towards, you know, being the person that I want to be. Just like you, every day in your life is a step towards being the person that you want to be, but you've got to give yourself permission to do that. And we've been seeking permission from the narcissist, and the narcissist is just, you know, giving us permission to sideline ourselves, as we were sidelined whenever, you know, the initial trauma hit, usually in our youth. Yeah, narcissists are a long time in our lives. You know, and it doesn't matter how long we've been with them. The damage that they cause starts right from when they say hello. And it's not your fault. You tried to emulate a narcissist and it only worked short term. Most women now want emotional, heartfelt men now. Yeah. Yeah, the real strong males are emotional instead of narcissists. Yeah, exactly. You know. Michael, hi. I just saw the funniest marital movie ever. Oh, which movie was that? Oh, okay. I missed something. You don't believe that you ever had mommy or daddy issues? That's great. But I will say this that somewhere along the lines you forgot to parent yourself. Maybe after you left your family home, you decided just to wipe off the mommy and daddy's teaching and go your own way. Or maybe there's something inside of you where you just forgot to parent, and maybe that started right from trauma. Maybe some trauma happened to you where you forgot to parent yourself and carry on where your parents left off. And you stopped nurturing yourself. The narcissist always, 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 always exploits a vulnerability in you. And that's what you have to find out. That's why the narcissist is in your life, so that you can hone in on that vulnerability and strengthen it. It's about understanding who you are. It's about getting to know yourself. It's about loving yourself to the fullest of your capabilities. Oh, martial arts, not marital arts. Sorry, martial arts. Sorry, Michael. Excuse me. So, dude trained so hard the fight was entertaining. Wow. Was that with, oh, who is he? Jackie Chan? No contact is to save your life, bird. That's right. No, you're not devaluating anybody when you go no contact. You're actually valuing yourself. No contact is self-preservation. This is a moment for you to stand up for yourself. And you know, this is an exercise in self-love, and it's difficult to do. But going no contact is one of the bravest things that you'll ever have to do for yourself, to stand in your name, to stand up for yourself. Because if you can't stand up for yourself, no one will. No one's going to. The narcissist won't. Whoever he is with always will be lower grade, because he could never get someone like me. He's not in that position. And that's what your ego is telling you. That's what we tell ourselves. But the actual truth is that you have always been high caliber. If your parent could really see you now, and you know, if this narcissist was, you know, say you met the narcissist in your youth, you know, as a young teenager, and your parents would give you that pep talk, you know, your parents would tell you that the narcissist didn't deserve you because you're too good for them. And that's the thing. A loving parent always wants the best for their child. And, you know, the parent has the objective attitude where they know their kids as best as they can, and they're seeing and observing how the other people treat their children. Have you ever had a parent say, I think you should stay away from that person because they're a bad influence? They're saying this out of love. They're saying this because they see things from this other person that you can't. And so to tell yourself that, you know, you're special and that the narcissist won't get anybody better. The narcissist goes after high caliber people because that's the thrill. Breaking down our defenses, breaking down our boundaries. And once the narcissist sees that, okay, you're a high caliber person, where are your vulnerabilities? What makes us vulnerable is our unconditional love, because we cannot yet see what unconditional love is because we haven't applied it to ourselves. We use our empathy and we give it away. It's like in uber amounts. It's like, you know, we have a bottomless pit when it comes to giving away our empathy. We give it away even when it's not asked. We just give it away. But we don't give it to ourselves, and that's what the narcissist is looking for. So when you use your empathy on yourself and you use your empathy to heal you, no narcissist will ever want to touch you. They automatically stay away. Because yeah, you're that high. You're that high caliber. You have set the bar high because you are God's child. And God's not going to allow you to settle with just anyone. God's like, okay, you got to choose for yourself who I want you to be with. Now you see that the love of most has grown cold. So are you willing to wait for that person? Are you willing to say, okay, God, if there's no match for me, then I'm willing to go alone. I'm willing to just be with you, Jesus. But if you have somebody out there for me, I'm willing to wait for them until you make them ready and you bring them to me. That's using your free will to let go and let God. Because any other way, God knows what you need. And God knows what you're capable of giving to a partner that He entrusts you with. That is a beautiful thing. When God trusts you, and God's not going to trust you with just anybody. If God can't trust you with yourself, if He can't trust you to nurture and take care of yourself, He's not going to bring somebody in your life for you to take care of them on His behalf. So you get yourself ready. You get yourself ready. That's what no contact is for, to get yourself ready. If and when that day comes, you show God that you are worthy and you are trustworthy in His name. You make a vow to yourself to love yourself to the fullest. And then when God sees that, and he's preparing somebody in the spirit right now, whether that person is 500 miles or 50 miles away from you, it doesn't matter. It could be a lifetime away. There's distance between you right now because God is readying the both of you. And when the time is right, you will be ready, but not before then. So just walk in patience and just get yourself ready. Love yourself so you can love that man or woman that God is preparing for you, you can love them like you love yourself, as you love God like yourself. So, love is that beautiful, and love is worth waiting for, and love is worth, this is the fight. Love is worth fighting for, but we don't fight with our hands clenched and our teeth grit. We don't do that. That's not how we fight. We fight by willfully accepting, okay, the situation is what it is. I'm going to work through my pain, because working through my pain allows me to see the beauty of what I'm capable of. Because we live in the beauty of opposites. Everything you look at in this world is run by opposites. I'm sitting, there's a standing. I'm talking, there's silence. There's sleeping, there's being awake. There's flesh, there's spirit. There's blood, there's bone. There's hair, there's baldness. And so, excuse me, there's noise upstairs. So, when you understand that when you see the troubles or the pain for what it is, you then can make the choice. You have to give yourself permission. Instead of being sad, I'm going to choose to be glad. Instead of being full of worry, I'm going to be confident. And how you do that is to take a look at what is causing you sadness, what is causing you pain. Instead of associating all this with the narcissist, you can say, why did I allow this pain to happen? Why am I feeling sad? Okay, is it because the narcissist doesn't value me? Okay, well then where is it in myself that I am not valuing myself? Where is it that I'm unloving to myself? Where am I discarding myself? Where am I sidelining myself? Where am I thinking of myself as being the joke? And work on it. Have a nice day, someone. Thanks for showing up. It's nice to meet you. So, Des says the reasons why you have no friends is they have constructed a narrative about you that is not favorable to your friends and family over a lifetime. Yeah. So every woman I've seen from his past, they are all low lives. Well, you know, it depends on who, you know, the narcissist vacillates in between the different types of narcissism. So depending on where the narcissist is in their narcissistic personality disorder, maybe they were a covert when they met these lowlives. Maybe they were an overt when they met you. Maybe they were, you know, a malignant narcissist where they had this high confidence when they met you, but all these other people before you, the narcissist was weak in confidence. See, this is my opinion. I believe, just like how God tells us that we are children of God, and then we are reared up in the Word of God to become the bride of Christ. We're not supposed to stay children of God. We're not supposed to stay itty bitty little wee babes forever. We mature emotionally and spiritually, and you know, and adults marry each other. So when we become the bride of Christ, we are of age. We are of that emotional age in maturity. So that's just like the narcissist. The narcissist starts off as, you know, like what the Bible calls, you know, we're the sheeps, the evil people are the goats. Well, a baby goat is called a kid. And so the baby goat jumps around and, you know, is rebellious and, you know, look at me, and doesn't understand who they are. That's the clinging narcissist, where they're like, oh, they have this low sense of self-esteem, and they're like, they suffer from separation anxiety. If you've seen this type of narcissist, it's like you leave the room and they're like, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm just going to the kitchen to get a drink. When are you going to be back? It's like, you know, like you can't have a few minutes to yourself with some of these weak-willed narcissists. But as they go through the relationship process and find new people to quote unquote love or have some sort of relationship dynamic with, they start growing into their narcissism, they start growing into their being, and they become, you know, a more mature, you know, teenager billy goat, little kid. But then when they reach maturity, the malignant narcissists, the psychopathic narcissist, the dark triad or dark tetrad narcissist, the psychopathic, sociopathic, these types of narcissists are mature, and we can say they are the goat. They are the spiritual goats of this evil world. And so you may think that the narcissist had, you know, low caliber people before they met you. That may be true. But it doesn't matter, or it shouldn't matter. All that matters is who you think you are and who you know you are. And you've got to build yourself up by dusting yourself off and going it alone for a while. Stay away from the dating scene for at least 3 to 6 months or more. Really take this time to figure yourself out. Love yourself. Love yourself the way that nobody else can. So yes, hobbies are helpful. That's right, Des. So parents undermine their grown children, talking to them like a 2-year-old. Yes, exactly. Hey VK, how you doing? Nice to see ya. Yeah, exactly. Just go into the bathroom. What the frick? Exactly. It's like, I don't know how long I'm going to be in there. It's going to take as long as it takes. I don't know. Like, geez. Yeah. Yep, they literally have to be removed surgically. That's right, Resistor. Yeah. You're doing terribly? Oh my gosh. Well, welcome. My mom told the cops that I'm the one beating him. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, that's where you kind of get surveillance cameras if you can. I know this is a true story too. Okay, he takes steroids and speed and weighs twice my weight. Makes no sense. Yeah, well, the cops are going to see through that. They're going to see through that. So, I know when my father-in-law passed away and my mother-in-law married 2 weeks after, well, she met someone 2 weeks after her husband died, and she was married, I think, 2 months after, he was gone. And the neighbor, my in-laws neighbor, okay, so how it was I lived 2 houses up from my in-laws. And so we lived in the same town, and we lived 2 houses away from each other. And the neighbor right next door to my in-laws, she had told me a story that she heard my mother-in-law telling her new husband that my father-in-law, who had died, was beating her up. And my neighbor came to me and she said, I need to tell you this, because when your parents are sitting outside in the summer, they have nothing but nice things to say to each other. They are so loving and so endearing. Like, they had such a wonderful relationship, and I was friends with both of them. And to hear that your mother-in-law is saying this about your dead father-in-law, she goes, I had to say something. I had to step in. And I'm just like, thank you, because none of us knew. But it makes sense, because after, all the family dynamic that came about after my father-in-law died, all my mother's web of lies came to the surface, and she was exposed to every family member she triangulated. It was just a freaking mess. So yeah, this is what happens. This is what they do. They will lie. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen someone lie to the police officer right in front of me. I was just like, they can turn on those crocodile tears, especially women. They can, oh, officer, I feel so betrayed. I feel so unsafe. Can you please tell this person to leave? They won't leave my home. I'm feeling so unsafe. That's why I called you. And I can't catch my breath. It's like, what? You're the one that threw the glass across the room that almost hit somebody in the head, and you're calling the cops, trying to make it seem like the person that you almost hurt was the one who almost hurt you. What the heck? Yeah, I've seen it. But cops have seen it too. Cops know domestic violence when they see it. And they know they know the language, they know the body language, they know the speech, they know the guilty party, they know. They'll do their investigation and it will be found out. So. Des, being alone is so much better than being with the narc. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Resistor, record, 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 record. Exactly. And never be alone with this person. Always have somebody as a witness whom you can trust, or have your recording, have your phone on record whenever you're with these people who are accusing you. Yeah. And get receipts. If this person is saying, oh, so-and-so beat this person, and so-and-so laid their hands on this person, and it's literally not possible because you were at the store, collect receipts. Save your receipts, because you never know when they come in handy. And I'll tell you, do not try to show this proof to the narcissist, because they will not acknowledge the proof. They won't back down. They'll still keep fueling the lie. They'll spin it. So save your receipts for the authorities, for those who really need to see it. So he took my phone and my tablet, so I couldn't record or call 911. Okay. Can you get a burner phone or get some other sort of recording device? Like even a tape recorder. Just hide it, So. Yeah, get something that they can't take. That's right, resistor. You know, and just you know, even if you have like a TV, I don't, or an Xbox or something like something that has a recording device on it, you know. Yeah, this is a spiritual battle, and yeah, you've got to, I'm glad you got this stuff back. So, yeah, I used to use my iPad as a recording, and when I would leave the house, I would leave it recording just to prove that somebody was coming into my home, into my living space unannounced. Because I had things go missing. So when I confronted the narcissist, that, you know, because I was missing something that was very dear to me, and I said, well, you know what? If I don't get it back within 24 hours, I'm calling the cops because somebody's coming into my room unannounced. And I didn't let them know that I had this also recorded. And sure enough, the item that was stolen was returned to me. Not where I left it. Narcissists will never put that item back where they got it from. Never. It'll always be somewhere else. So yeah, so just watch your back, keep yourself safe, and don't hang around these people if you can help it. So for those of you who are new, welcome to this channel. My name is Shannon Gilmore, and welcome to Positively Spiritual. We're here 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time and 10 o'clock in the evening. So you guys have us twice a day. So there's important links in the description of this video, and also in the description of this video channel, where you have access to my email, you have access to my website, and you have access to my donation through PayPal. This video platform, YouTube, is not allowing me to currently monetize this channel. This is what I do. I love writing. I'm a peer support mentor. And so this channel exists here with your support, either through the purchases on my website as I write content, biblical content, psychological and scientific. I marry all three together to give to you guys information that will help you on your healing journey. So you can support me personally that way, or you can support this channel by just donating to help me pay my bills and to help me stay here. As YouTube, for some reason, has cited this channel as promoting hate. Go figure. But that's what the narcissist would do, right? Narcissists hate us. And so, you know, I don't know, we're just going to take it in stride. We're going to just, exactly, monetize equals money. And I put out a lot of information for free, but I mean, free doesn't pay my bills. So either I keep doing this or I go look for a job and I stop doing God's will. I mean, this is what I've been doing for, you know, all my life. I've been helping people with peer support, counseling since I was 16 years old. And I was a homeschooling mom, and for 12 years I was able to study the Bible, you know, day in and day out. And I don't want to stop that because, you know, this channel is important to me as I know it's important to you. So I'm not going to beg, but if you guys want to help, you know, give us some prayer and let God lead you. And if not, please support this channel by giving this a thumbs up, this video a thumbs up, and maybe subbing to this channel. as you tell the YouTube algorithms that this channel is worth being here. So thank you. So, but yeah, I'll never, you know, I will never reach out to you guys asking for money. I will, like all my content, my writing that I have for you guys, it's available for you to download. Some of it is, you know, 10 bucks, 20 bucks, but some of it is also free. And whatever you guys take from my website, whatever you guys do, I'm never going to, you know, break the trust and send emails to you. You know, it's, no, I'm not about that. I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I mean, this is a business, but this is also our platform where we come together as a family and heal, and that's most important to me. But yeah, my landlord wants his rent paid, which is understandable, right? So if I can't use the YouTube for that, then I have to go and sideline this and go find a full-time job. So yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. So thank you, VK. That's awesome. So it's up to you guys. I'm just putting it out there. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, you know, asking, but that's okay. This is part of my healing challenge too. I have to step in my confidence and knowing, you know, knowing that God will provide, but also stepping in my confidence that, hey, we're allowed to earn money. Whatever it is, it's not selfish to earn money. It's really not. And I was raised that way. I was raised that it's, you know, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth, you know, having people spend money and buy me things. So I've never, even in my almost 20-year marriage, never asked for anything. I was content just having the bills paid. And we had a joint account, and I never spent the money. I always told him, you know, I bought a t-shirt this paycheck. I hope you don't mind. And he's like, you're allowed to buy clothes, but I just, this was my trauma, you know. So, and I'm just, honesty is the best policy, whether you look like you've got egg on your face or not. It's, you know, it's better telling the truth than telling the lie and having other people judge you. You get judged either way, and it is what it is. We're all here to help each other, and I'm just thankful for that, because doing these lives twice a day has helped me a lot. Like, I don't know where I would be without this channel, without you guys. I mean that in all sincerity. Like, I'm just so thankful that God has allowed us to heal and allowed us to have channels like this and the information about narcissism. Can you just imagine if the psychologists kept all that information to themselves and kept it in a book that was only allowed to be circulated among psychologists? Like, we'd still be in the dark ages with all of this stuff. So my love goes to the psychologists. You know, I love psychology, but I understand that psychology, we plateau. Just like when you exercise and lift weights and, you know, do your jumping jacks, exercise, you can plateau during exercise. And so you have to change it up. And so that's why I bring God into the details, as God is most important, but also understanding who we are as godly beings, as divine beings through scientific application and psychology, just expands our knowledge base, you know, 100-fold. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, Joe. So, yeah, she's not monetized because they labeled her channel hate. Exactly. So, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If this channel is labeled hate, they have to tell me what videos are hateful. And they either take those videos down or they tell me to take them down. No video has been labeled hateful. nobody has said, oh, take this video down, clean up your channel by getting rid of these videos. Nobody has said that. So they just somebody in YouTube used their authority and just said, no, it's hate, but they can't give me a reason. That's just like a narcissist. So I'm not going to sweat it. God's in the details. So hate for the devil, exactly. Big channels are in the club, exactly. So we're just going to do a workaround. So you know what? It's now that we've been, denied this channel, I'm not going to monetize it. Even when they say, oh yes, no, I'm not going to monetize it. Just for principle. It's not about pride, it's about principle. So if they want to do us dirty, then fine. Our God is bigger than their God. That's what this is going to prove. So, yeah. So thanks for the support, everyone. I love you guys. I really do. Like, I thank God for all of you. It's just so special from, me having no family to having a spiritual family at my fingertips. Like, big air hugs to all of you. Air hugs. Oh! So, God is so good. God is amazing. So blessings to all of you guys. So with that said, I think I'm going to go make some lunch. And I invite you guys to come back here at 10 o'clock and we can just, sing and dance and just talk about what we did last night. Octopus and dolphins. Oh, I still can't get over that one. How, we'll talk about that later. So I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. And when you type that in PayPal, she pops up, sends in Canadian dollars. Yeah, exactly. So my PayPal link is in the description of this video channel and in the description of this video. So my email is there for you too if you guys just want to talk and sort some things out. But I invite you guys to join me back here at 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. And, just your praises and your love is support enough too. Thank you. And just God bless you. And enjoy your afternoon and your evening. And I'll see you back here tonight. Mwah. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.